What is going on, everybody? My name is Northy, and today we are doing a review. Now, I remember that I forgot to post a preview to the most recent round, round 10. However, I think I made up for it with the Prestige box break. I don't know, maybe not. Got a lot of views, a lot of people liked it, so I'm assuming I'm off the hook. I assume okay. However, I'm thinking about doing something where if I miss a review or a preview at any point, then I'll do a punishment. So I have to do it before I end up before the first game of the week, and I'll also do a punishment if I don't do a review by Monday. Maybe some exceptions here and there, we'll see what happens, but I'm thinking about doing something like that so that you guys always have a review / preview ready to go. It's just, I often like to leave it late because then it stops people from just copying my team sometimes. Obviously, a lot of you guys do take pointers off me. In fact, a lot of you guys are always messaging me how you're going. However, I don't want people just straight up copying my teams because they think I've got the best team. I don't. Most of the time, I do. I'm beaten by plenty of people. I've come first once this year. You're not going to get a million prize cards just because you copy my team. So, just going to put that out there. Some punishments if I do not upload certain videos at a time. We'll see what happens. But obviously we are here for one reason today, and that is to check out how we did for the following week for round 10. You guys didn't see my teams. However, if I am thinking correctly, we are a prize winner for sure. And I'm almost certain I know where it is, so we will choose it later. I'm just hoping that we manage to do okay in top 10 because Star Powers, I believe, is a winner again. Just going to go through the teams here. The biggest change for Star Powers this week for me was the Indigenous and Multicultural going from Charlie Cameron to Shea Bolton. And the interesting thing this week is that these hasn't really did all that well. Shea Bolton has been the highest performer for a while, but Bradley Hill every now and then takes it. And during the Indigenous, so the Sir Doug Nichols round, should I say, Bradley Hill ended up coming out on top. So good on him. Shea Bolton was 4 points better than my original choice. However, not the best choice. I'm thinking about keeping him in there though. He has been playing really well. It's just I expected Charlie Cameron to fall off. I definitely did predict it. However, not that well. I only gained 4 points from the change. However, the likes of Luke Parker, he had an 111 point game. Would have been so nice to use his team Star Powers, but will be okay. The 9 marks and 7 tackles carried him over the line. Always look out for the players who get the high marks and tackles on average, and Luke Parker has been that. Luke Parker just smashed it this week. I would have loved to choose him over Noah Anderson. Noah Anderson, a lot of disposals, some good marks and some good tackles, but again, it was Parker. Parker was the man. A bit of an off week, I guess, for Noah Anderson, as Parker does his usual thing and more. However, Bontempelli, of course, an amazing choice. 117 points from him. Always love to see that. Definitely helps with the double points from him. He's back at his very best and right on time as well as we picked up his card. And Josh Kelly remains to be Josh Kelly. Tom Mitchell and Darcy Parish both did better with 122. However, Josh Kelly still getting the over 100. Very, very happy to see that. He remains our most consistent player with over 100 points almost weekly. So it's really, really good to see. But the 117 times 2, 106 times 2, and the 111 should bring us over the market. And it does. Oh, geez. Okay, so let's have a look at this. 754 points, rank 14, which is great. We are hanging around like the 10 to 15 mark at the moment for Star Powers. I do want to win one week, but I am more than happy with consistent prize card finishes. You can see rank number 3, Smart Pig. He is a little over 100 points higher than myself, and we only managed to get up 1 rank after a winning week. So unfortunately, one of the people in the top 5 must have had a poor week or just a little bit worse than I did, and has come out as the unlucky one who's gone down a spot. But we climb again. Rank 5, we're in the top 5 for Star Powers now. Getting exciting. Good to see Matthew. I know Bod, he is a subscriber, as I've mentioned, and he is the first, it looks like, to crack 6,000 points. Amazing from him. At the moment, definitely the one who's looking like he's got the best chance. You can see here, Smart Pig was 1 spot above me with 757. I had 754, so only down 3 points to him this week. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there for a potential top 3 finish, maybe. It comes down to whether the smart pick has a poor week. But who knows? Who knows what happens? It's really, really good, though, seeing a top 5 position now. Just got to hold it, because you can see top 8, or rank number 8 even, is only 160 or 170 points behind. So, one bad week, and we could see ourselves slipping from the top 10. So that's why I'm really trying my best to stay consistent, and we are. Rank 14 is awesome. We are staying super consistent. I'm trying to find where Bot is. There he is. He was 29th with 735, gaining 20 points on him. We're slowly making our way there. But at the moment, Bot is very safely in first position, it looks like. 300 points between him and third. Obviously, second is the one missing there, so we'll see what happens. But anyone else in there that I'm aware of? No Jason this week, which is very, very interesting. Just looking a little bit more in here. Big swoops we've seen a few times. I'm just trying to remember whether anyone has let me know that they're in the top 30 for star powers. And if you guys do manage to finish within the top 30, always be sure to let me know. Even in the top 10 for top team, let me know all the time. I'm always interested. I know someone messaged me this week, and I will let him know. I will let everybody know who he is in this video. Who came something. He was in the top 10 for one of the modes. So we'll see where he is. But nonetheless, I haven't gotten any messages from anybody else. It looks like we're very lonely in here at the moment. I know big swoops. I've heard of big swoops plenty of times. But you can see here, it's getting very consistent now. There's a consistent few who are always in the top. You can see 1, 3, 5, 8, 17, 18, 22, 29, 33, 35. It's getting harder and harder to get yourself in those star powers positions. You got there like 10, 15 people all in the top 100. And then the lowest is 418. So if you are not putting out a consistently good team, it's going to be tough. You had to get at least 733. So we were close, but we made it. We made it to the top 30. So another prize card. Oh my god, we are going crazy with the prize cards for star powers now. It's getting nuts. But now we move to top team, and this I'm really interested in. I don't expect any prize cards from top team. So this was my top 4 team going into the week. Definitely some interesting choices here and there. I think it was a good week. I'm pretty sure we've had a decent one. I think the only letdown is Max Gore, because we saw Bontempelli had 117, Kelly had 106. I don't remember how much Sicily had. I don't think we've seen it yet, but Gorn had an okay game. We'll check how much he got. 73. He wasn't amazing. Would have been better probably to pick Sean Darcy. Jared Witts would have been a better choice. Gorn is slacking off a little. I'm not sure what's going on with Maxi, but we'll see how that affects us this week in just a sec. But Josh Kelly, he's in there. He's very close up there. Clayton Oliver just had an incredible game. I wish I had put him in there. I wish I did. I think we had him in there last week, either him or Petraka. Oh, man. But it's good, because we had Bontempelli in there. He was the best one for the week. That's always good. And Sicily was the best one for the week as well. So top 2 finishes. I'd like to see a good finish this week, but I think it's going to be Max Gorn that lets us down. And I'm really annoyed by that, because this is 106. We've got 106 there, 111, and 117. So we've got 117, 111, plus 111 is 228. And then the 106 gives us 334. And then Maxi Gorn doesn't even put us over 400. So this really could let us down here, Max. I'm hoping it hasn't. Let's see how we did. 31. That hurts. That really hurts. 407 is really good, though. Again, we're in the top 5. This is getting awesome. Little Dog with 18 more points. So he goes into rank 8. But you'll see here, this one's a lot more wide open. There's less spots, yet a wider difference between the top players. Max Gorn let us down. He let us down horrifically. 419 was a big one. If we put Jared Witts in there, we make it. I think we would have gotten in here with Gus Hawks and Hoya. I believe Minty Hawk is Bo. He let me know the other day that he made it into the top 10. I think that's him. So we may have accidentally knocked him out if we did put Jared Witts. So you know what? We'll let him have it. It's all good. Rank 5 though, we move up there as well. I think we moved from rank 8 to rank 5. So that's awesome. But you can see how much that top team, top 4, can fluctuate just any given week. If you're not performing as best as as best as you possibly can every single week, then there is more than enough chance that you slip out of the position you want. And so luckily we got over 400 this week, and it puts us up to 5. There is a real chance, we give ourselves a really, really good chance of getting ourselves a first position place here. If we can be consistent with top 4, as consistently close to 400 as we can. It's a lot easier said than done, but there's a chance. I'm almost certain that we can do it. We had faith in Bontempelli. He's finally starting to find form, and so getting 117 points there is amazing. We had Maxi Gorn in there, who was our lay down of the week. May have to switch that up this week, but then again, that'll probably just bite me again. It's unfortunate, but it's usually the way it goes. Josh Kelly, definitely not the worst pick, but if we picked someone else, like if we had stuck with Oliver, that would have gotten us higher. The changes we could have made, I think the main changes would have probably been Witz. Witz was impressing. Darcy, I'm even sure would have been a realistic pick for me. And I talk about these guys as if I can't choose the rest of them. No, I can choose the rest of them. It's just I'm going off of who I usually like to pick for these things. Like, I'm not picking Matt Flynn most weeks, so missing out on him is not really the end of the world for me. But I would have picked Sean Darcy. I would have picked Jared Witz. He's been performing really well as of late, and he got 14 points better. So add 34 to our score potentially, at the least 34, and it puts us into 440 and would have given us second. So these small little changes here affect your positioning and affect your chances at a prize card really hard in our top 4. So I'm mad, but I'm also happy to see some of my subscribers get in there too. Top 18 though. Now this one I don't think is going to go nearly as well. Few changes I made, and a few changes I wanted to make. Paddy Cripps was not supposed to be in. He only ended up with 76 points. I wanted Kelly in. I was going to make the change for Kelly, and just completely forgot about him. It was strange. I just completely forgot that I needed to put him in there. Paddy Cripps being the worst performer for the week, which is really bad. Carlton are going amazingly, but it just sucks how Paddy Cripps performed. And also I want to point out this, I have a Richmond dilemma. I have a Richmond backman dilemma. And the reason I mention that now is the fact that I always switch between Vlosten and Short at the moment, and it seems to be whoever I pick, the opposite does well. I've picked Short multiple weeks before he's performed poorly, and Vlosten has gone and played an amazing game. And then the same goes the other way. I pick Short, he plays poorly in the middle somehow, and Vlosten goes out and plays an amazing game. You can see here, most of our players picked here are players that are, very high average players. And Jaden Short's up there too, so I often like picking him. But players like Short did well, and Vlosten didn't. He only had the 64. We go to Sicily, obviously he did well. We had Stewart in there, he did really well, and so did Sinclair. I think Blitzarf had an okay game. I don't think he played poorly at all. He got 86. That's fair enough. But we go to Sinclair. No, he's the one. He's okay. It was not Crisp, was it? Crisp had 87 as well. Yeah, our worst performer was Vlosten, and it's the change. It's a little change between the two every single week. But I think 100% the one that let us down this week was the forward line. Obviously, Bontempelli played great. But we look here, Bailey had 37. I know Billings didn't play well. 36. So just in between there is still a poor performance. A 70-something between the two. That is nowhere near good enough. 55 from Dusty. The only two that played well was Smith and Bontempelli. He had an average game, 69 points. Like, we're going to lose this week because of these guys. These four here. The middle, they do most of their job usually. Cripps probably the only performer. 88 from Neil, 90 from Petraka, 126 from Oliver, and 103 from Brayshaw. Obviously, Max Gorman, we've talked about him already. But the forward line, man, just more disappointing than we're used to. Which gives us a finish of rank 66. And I think we've stuck in the same position. We're still at 8. We haven't gone up or down, which I'm not mad at. Hi, Northy makes it back. Yes! I love that. That's so good. He got 4th. Oh, my God. I think that's Jarvie he's mentioned before, but he makes it back. He returns. He got 44th, which is great to see. But 66 is not what we were looking for this week, unfortunately. I'm very happy to see him in there again. It's nice to see. Oh, at least we got that. At least he's back. I was wondering where he'd been. I think he was out last week, but it's good to see him back. get yourself up the rankings, mate. Get yourself a top 100 finish this year. I'm hoping for it. I'm praying for you. But yeah, we stick the same, rank 8. So very, very interesting to see how everything kind of crumbled with this forward line. 2 good performers, and then the rest played at least, like, maybe average. Like, not even that great. But we look at our tips. I'll go through them very quickly because I am running short on time. But we go down to this week's tips, and we got the 7 out of 9. We picked Freo. They were incorrect. Collingwood with the upset. And then Hawks with the absolute thriller against Brisbane. The craziest amount of free kicks we've seen in a long, long time. But nonetheless, an entertaining week. A lot of expected results. At least a good fight from North was also the thing to bring up for this team. It's good to see. But other than that, some pretty expected results. Some close ones, like Dogs almost losing to Gold Coast. I think Essendon were quite close for a bit, and Adelaide had the lead at some points in here. But for the most part, expected results. But we're going to go pick out our prize card. And I think last week I mentioned who our next one was. We picked Ollie Vines. This week, we're going Maxi Gorn. And I think after Maxi... So Zeeble is going to be next week, but we've picked up Maxi Gorn. We had to. Max is just an absolute cop. We have to. And this is what the prize cards are looking like now. We've got 5 star powers and 2 top team. Still looking for that week of double prize cards. I think we can still do it. It's just tough at the moment with the top team, man. Just a few unfortunate performances accidentally ruin it for us. Although Maxi Gorn was one of the reasons we did not get a top 4 win, it's good at least to have him as a star powers card. He's a legend. He's a premiership captain, the most recent one. So we may as well pick him up. Good to see. But nonetheless, that is going to be it for this week's top team star powers team coach in general review. If you guys enjoyed and want to see some punishments if I do upload these later than I should, then be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below. So thank you all so very, very much for showing up today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in a future video. Goodbye.